is going on, guys? Welcome to Outside the Brand. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for May 7th to June 7th, 2023. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Wednesday nights, wherever you may be. Dynamite was fantastic tonight. Dynamite was a great show tonight. We saw amazing action throughout the entire show. Forbidden Door is quickly approaching, and guys, you're going to be definitely talking about those first two matches that were announced for AEW New Japan's Forbidden Door 2 event. That's going to be fantastic. We had an international championship match that kicked off the show, which was absolutely fantastic to see. Swerve is just never losing that championship. He's just like never losing that title, and we'll definitely talk about that. We saw a fantastic main event between Jay White and Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks is, just an incredible talent from all points, and Jay White, for all of those who say Jay White's buried in AEW, I legitimately have no idea what you're talking about, because Jay White not only main evented AEW Dynamite tonight, but he's also going to be a part of the first ever main event for AEW Collision, which we will definitely talk about because I got a lot of stuff to say about that one. So that's going to be great to talk about there. And finally, the biggest part of the show tonight, other than the Tony Khan main event announcement for AEW Collision, was the back and forth between the AEW World Champion MJF and Adam Cole. Baby. I personally think it's too soon. That's just me personally, though. You guys can have your own opinions when it comes to all of that. I personally think Adam Cole and MJF is that's the type of program that you want to see, for honestly to kind of dethrone the throning of MJF in the AEW World Championship. I personally wanted MJF to lose the AEW World Championship to a guy like Adam Cole, because I think Adam Cole is the type of guy that you can legitimately build your company around. Adam Cole will be a future AEW World Champion. He will be a future champion in this company, but they are doing the Adam Cole and MJF feud now, with the range of MJF being around the 200-day mark for MJF. Now, like I said, I think it's personally too soon. You guys can have your own opinion when it comes to that, but we will definitely talk about that and their back and forth and their war of words, because it was exactly that. They both went back and forth at each other, and it was great stuff. It was a great thing to witness. So stay tuned for that, and we will talk about all things that happened on AEW Dynamite tonight right here on OTB. Follow me on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description below that everybody is associated with OTB. Follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at PhillyMatt_. You guys can also go down into the link in the description and go get the merchandise. Use the code OTB20 at checkout for 20% off your purchase. And thank you to our sponsor, SeatGeek. Use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase using SeatGeek. If you want to go to a wrestling event, if you want to go to a concert, or if you want to go basically anywhere that you need a goddamn ticket for, use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase using SeatGeek and save some money while you're also supporting OTB. Thank you guys for supporting us and the way that you do, and thank you, SeatGeek, for being a part of the OTB family. We love having you here. We'll continue to support you as you continue to support us. Thank you guys so much. And guys, we'll get right into everything that happened on AEW Dynamite tonight. So why don't we get things started right now? We kick things off with the International Championship matchup between Orange Cassidy and Swerve Strickland. This, I mean, it's legitimately, it's a staple. It is a staple on AEW television that we are most likely going to be seeing Orange Cassidy first thing on our television screens. And while I am not too opposed to that, I think Orange Cassidy is fantastic. I think Orange Cassidy, honestly, is one of the best booked AEW champions right now within the company, right? But I have to ask you guys this, and I want you guys to be completely honest with me when it comes to the chat here, because I've been seeing it a lot lately. Are you feeling a little fatigued with Orange Cassidy? And what I mean by that is, Orange Cassidy basically starts off every single AEW Dynamite. He is defending this championship almost weekly on a regular basis. We are seeing Tony Khan just putting Orange Cassidy out there in the basically out there in front of the fans and saying, "Hey, listen, guys, if you guys don't if you guys can't remember, Orange Cassidy is a great wrestler. We know he's a great wrestler. We know he is great at what he does. We know that he is the AEW International Champion, and we know that he is going to be defending this championship no matter who you throw up against him. We get that, right? But at the end of the day, give Orange Cassidy a break." Give Orange Cassidy a break. You're saying all the time on commentary, the commentary continues to reiterate that this man is hurt. This man is suffering when it comes to the hand and when it comes to basically, his body being broken down. We understand that's the story. We understand that that's the whole story about this international championship reign for Orange Cassidy. He's been champion for well over 200 days. I think it was like 237 when I was talking to the group about it. Listen, we get it. We understand that Orange Cassidy is a great professional wrestler. We understand that Orange Cassidy is a fantastic international champion. 237 days as international champion. That is a fantastic reign for the championship and for Orange Cassidy, right? But he has now successfully defended this championship 24 times. What's going on, Josiah? We will definitely talk about that CM Punk main event for sure. But we are just getting right into the thick of things when it comes to Dynamite, the Orange Cassidy situation. You got me on the CM Punk line now. So Orange Cassidy has defended this championship 24 times in his reign as AEW International Champion. For those of you guys who are actually keeping count as well, his 24 is only 4 championship defenses away from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is in his 1,011-day reign as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, has defended the championship 28 times since he's won it, or since he's, unified the championships at WrestleMania 38. Yeah, it was 38 that the unification happened. So yeah, so since he won the titles and unified them, he has defended those 28 times. Orange Cassidy is at 24, and he successfully retained tonight. So, I mean, let's be real here. In the 1,011-day reign for Roman Reigns and his 28 title defenses, compared to Orange Cassidy's 237-day reign and 24 title defenses, whether you like him or whether you don't, Orange Cassidy has made this international championship look, feel, and it's an important championship within the landscape of AEW. Like I said, you don't have to like him. You don't have to like his style. You don't have to like his character. You don't like the way that Orange Cassidy goes about himself. Fine. It's not your style of pro wrestling, and that's your prerogative. That's perfectly fine. But Orange Cassidy, you can't deny that he has made this championship look damn important on AEW television. He has had banger after banger after banger, shout out to Sheamus, for this championship, each and every single way that you go about it. And at the end of the day, he retained your international championship tonight against Swerve Strickland, which means I'm still holding out on the Miro train when it comes to who should be defeating Orange Cassidy for this championship. I personally want it to be Miro. I've seen a ton of love for Roosh as of late to dethrone Orange Cassidy, and I'm not mad at that whatsoever. I just want the International Championship to still be as relevant as it is with a new champion when it does happen. When it's all said and done and we have a new international champion, whatever that may be, I hope, I pray that Tony Khan does not fucking drop the ball on this championship because it's not Orange Cassidy's anymore. I mean, let's be real here. We know Orange Cassidy is Tony Khan's guy. We all love Orange Cassidy. We all know that Orange Cassidy is a great professional wrestler, and he's just great at what he does. He's made this championship look great. But when this championship is no longer Orange Cassidy's, we don't want the International Championship to go back to obscurity. We'll see what happens. So, this was a great title defense for Orange Cassidy. This was a great showcase match for Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland, for those of you guys who wanted him to win tonight, I was right there with you. I'm like, if Swerve Strickland won this championship tonight, I would not have minded whatsoever. Because I love Swerve. I think Swerve is great, honestly. And I think Swerve is fantastic at what he does. You know, he's grown a lot since the Hit Row days. And Hit Row, when he was a part of Hit Row, that was, it was a great spot for him. He made that spot, he made that spot what it was. He made that group whole. He made that group what it is today on WWE television. I love Hit Row. And hell, I met those guys before. Those guys are fantastic at what they do, right? But now we see Swerve not with the International Championship. Now we got to figure out what they are going to be doing next with Swerve. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to look further into this because I hope Swerve just doesn't, fade away into obscurity after this International Championship. Continue to use him more. People want to see him. People want to see him succeed. People want the people that don't usually get featured all that often on AEW programming to be featured. And we want to see more people, and we want to see continue to support. And we will continue to support the people that you put out there in front of us. Just give us the people that we want to see. It's plain and simple. If you give us people that we want to see, we will support your company. We will support your show. It's right there. So, with that being said, this match was great. This match was fantastic for the International Championship. Another international title defense for Orange Cassidy. And this was a great showing. This was a really good showing. So, and this went pretty damn long too. I'm not gonna lie. This was a long matchup, but this was really fun. So, Swerve rolls out to the floor where Orange looks to hit a dive, but is intercepted with a brainbuster by Swerve Strickland instead. Swerve then sends the champ back into the ring before looking for the house call, but the champ gets a crucifix pin for a very, very close near fall. Swerve hit the house call, followed by a double foot stomp, but even holding the jeans, it's not enough as he was able to kick out. Orange Cassidy out was. Swerve then looks for the JML driver, but OC rolls out of it, lands a pair of right hands, of near fall, lands a pair of near fall attempts, I should say, and ends with the champ giving one, getting one over on Swerve, getting the pin, and getting the win in the process. And he was holding the tights. He was also holding the tights. So he's again just ever so slightly getting the win here. And it's the story of the match, man. It's the story of the match. Uh the international champion continues to find ways to win even when it's not really all that clean. So Orange Cassidy retained. Everybody else from the Mogul affiliates, not not Mogul affiliates, the Mogul Embassy. They were known as the Mogul affiliates before they, did the merger with the Embassy. In spite of the whole merger with the WWE and UFC, that's what that was. Mogul Embassy came out then to attack the champion. The lights automatically go out. For a while, it seemed, until we saw Darby Allin and Sting. They make their way to the ring, and there you go. They stop the Embassy, and yeah, so that was great. So that's cool. Sorry, I'm just answering a text real quick. So yeah, so that was a great title defense, and it was just a very, very good opening matchup for OC and Swerve, and we'll see where things go from there. I hope this isn't the end for Swerve, but we'll see where things go. So we're back at ringside, and we see Bryan Danielson make his way to the commentary station just days after issuing his challenge to Kazuchika Okada for Forbidden Door. He is challenging the Rainmaker at Forbidden Door, and we see Danielson at the table ahead of this big trios match between the rest of the BCC and Chaos, and best friends Chuck Taylor and Trump Beretta, and Rocky Romero. That's it. And Rocky Romero. So we're back from commercial break, and the team of best friends and Rocky Romero, known as Chaos, make their way to the ring for the next matchup, followed by the BCC trio of Moxley, Yuta, and Castagnoli as they head through the crowd towards the ringside area, only for Chaos to intercept them and, just go at it. Go at it with the BCC, and the match gets underway. So this was a great trios match here as well. It's the BCC and Roppongi Vice is what they used to be called, so I'm just gonna call them that. It's Roppongi Vice and the BCC. You don't think that this is going to shit the bed. Let's just say that. This was fantastic. I loved everything about this. They really showed up tonight. BCC continues to just impress me, and they continue to just, they're fantastic at what they do. Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Jon Moxley. I mean, those three are the best of the best at what they do, especially in trios action. We need to see stuff like this for the trios division, for the trios championships. That's what I've been saying since day one. The trios championships are desperately needed within AEW. We know this. And if you don't think that, I don't know what you're really thinking about when it comes to AEW. But the trios division is desperately needed, right? And the trios championships are needed within the company. But we need matches like this to be represented for those trios championships. Otherwise, those trios titles aren't really ceasing to exist right now. This is what the House of Black should be going with. House of Black should be going up against people like Roppongi Vice, people like the Blackpool Combat Club, people like the Dark Order. Like, listen, we talk about the Dark Order all the time here on the show, right? When they're being featured on AEW TV, it's very slim that they're being used on AEW TV, but when they are, Dark Order is fantastic. Dark Order is great. We have a team of Stu Grayson and Evil Uno who are fantastic at what they do. You put them in there with like a John Silver. You put them in there with Johnny Hungy, or you put them in there with Alex Reynolds, or you put them in there, with basically anybody from the goddamn Dark Order. It's going to be a great trio, right? So the trios championships need to be featured. And I know the House of Black. So the House of Black, it's great. They are great trios champions. We need to just see them a little bit more on AEW TV. And I want to see more stuff like this when it comes to the trios division and to those trios titles. Because the trios titles deserve it. The trios, like 6-man tag team matches on AEW are like a goddamn staple within the company itself. So why can't we see this more often for the trios titles? I want to see a goddamn story for the trios titles, and I want to see matches like this for them. But regardless, this was fantastic. We saw Trent and Rocky catch Moxley with a double team maneuver as Rocky gets a near fall, looking to keep on it as Rocky tags in Trent Beretta, only for Azukar. I have no idea who that is. Only for Azukar drops Yuta as Moxley looks to grab a Gotch-style power driver. Trent and Taylor hit a double team on Mox, but Claudio breaks up the pin. Rocky then gets tagged in looking for the sliced bread on Mox, but only to avoid an attack by Mox to lock in an armbar. Claudio then catches Trent on the outside as Mox reverses an armbar into the Bulldog choke on Rocky, and Yuta then hits the hammer and anvil elbow strikes to Taylor, forcing Rocky to submit, and that was it. BCC celebrate in the ring, but are interrupted by Hangman Adam Page and the Young Bucks, who make a challenge to the trio in the ring for next week. Bryan then accepts the challenge on behalf of the BCC, and they will be getting that trios match next week in Washington, D.C. So, that's great. That's fantastic. So, we'll see what happens there. I absolutely love that. Let's see what happens. The trios match is just fantastic. I love these trios matches that they feature on AEW Dynamite. I just want to see them more, and I just want to see them for the AEW Trios Championships. So, oh, and by the way, I said this earlier when Brian was going to the announce table. Bryan Danielson and not Orange Cassidy, Bryan Danielson and Kazuchika Okada. Take my fucking money. Bro, listen. We only have 2 matches announced for Forbidden Door. Okada and Danielson. And Omega and Ospreay. 2. I say 2 because their first encounter was at Wrestle Kingdom 17. Those 2 matches aren't enough for me to buy the pay-per-view in itself. Seriously. If I was allowed to just, pack my bags and go to goddamn Detroit, not Detroit. If I was allowed to just pack my bags and go straight to fucking Canada, I'm going. I'm buying a ticket right now and I'm going. Might not actually be worth it now, considering what's happening right now within the world of the whole wildfires and everything like that. And by the way, before we go any further, I do want to send my send my well wishes to everybody that is in Canada right now, and basically anybody that is suffering from the whole wildfires. Like I look outside and it's absolutely it it's it's like it's terrible. It's terrible to even walk. It's terrible to even breathe. It's terrible to just exist right now with the burning ash and burning uh you know the burning ash and the soot and basically everything that is going on right now when it comes to the wildfires. It sucks. It really does. So I hope everybody that I know in Canada are okay. People I know from Wrestle Talk and people I know just, from, like personal reasons, everything like that. I hope they're doing okay. I hope everybody that is, being affected by the wildfires are doing well. It sucks. And I know it's definitely going to be hard right now. We actually don't even know what's going to be happening, right? With Forbidden Door, we don't even know how long this is actually going to be lasting. So hopefully Forbidden Door isn't totally impacted by this. I mean, obviously things are going to be impacted. But we hopefully we figure things out as we go along. Hopefully Tony Khan actually has a backup plan in case if that actually can't happen, you know? Um I mean, yeah, sure, Forbidden Door is at the end of the month, but like I said, we don't know how long this is going to be lasting, and we don't know the long-lasting effects when it comes to all of this. So please, stay safe. Do whatever you have to do in order to stay safe. Stay inside, honestly. Stay inside if you can. If you have to go out, go out. Fine, but like, but like when it comes to the air quality and everything like that, here in Connecticut, it sucks in terms of air quality, but if you have to go outside, go, just stay safe and, just, stay prepared because the air quality and everything like that right now, not looking so good. And before we go any other further, before we get into the MJF and Adam Cole stuff, because we'll definitely talk about that, I do want to send my deepest condolences to Iron Sheik and his friends and family and fans all around the world. Sheiky baby, he was a character. He was a character. Obviously, I was not alive during his time of pro wrestling, but we know the Iron Sheik, and we know what Sheiky Baby is all about. Uh, he was the greatest Twitter follower of all time. Um, him calling that piece of shit Hulk Hogan jabroni basically every single tweet. Just basically saying to fuck Hulk Hogan every single time in his tweets, and just fantastic. He was most likely like I say most likely. I don't know the guy, okay, but like you can just tell a fantastic human being, Iron Sheik. I mean, everybody loves and respects Iron Sheik. So, Sheiky baby, we love you. We miss you. May you rest in peace now at the age of 81, I believe. Rest easy, Sheiky baby. You're great. He is a jabroni. My shits are tougher than his leg drop. Another one of his greatest tweets. But I do want to read his pinned tweet out to you guys because his pinned tweet, in his own cheeky baby way, uh, he was actually trying to spread a good message for this one. Um, Take a minute of your day to be nice to someone, you dumb son of a bitch. Listen, he's so nice in the beginning, right? Just take a minute of your day to be nice to someone, and then he gets cheeky, and then he just says, "You dumb son of a bitch." But listen, we love you, Iron Sheik. We appreciate you. We respect you. Rest easy now. You're a goddamn legend, bro. You're a goddamn legend. And yeah, it sucks that we lost another legend in this business, but you know, with as much respect that Iron Sheik has, gotten over the last, you know, however many years, especially, you know, now that he's passed away. It sucks that we lost another one, but at the end of the day, Shiki will live on forever. So it's great. It's great stuff to see, and WWE acknowledged it today on Twitter. AEW even put out a thing for the Iron Sheik. So I mean, everybody's affected by this whole thing, and Iron Sheik, at the age of 81 years old, passed away. So we extend our condolences to Sheik's family, friends, and fans at this time, right here on OTB. So there you go. Now we get back into AEW Dynamite tonight, and we're back at ringside, and we see MJF going to the ring, and he is contractually obligated to speak here on Dynamite tonight. When he heard that he was contractually obligated to be in front of the crowd here in Colorado Springs, he almost unalived himself, because he just, you know, he's just that kind of a guy. So MJF claims nobody is on the level of the devil, and Adam Cole's music hits. And at this point in time, I was like, no, 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 no. Not now. I didn't want it. I didn't want it to be Adam Cole. I knew somebody was going to come out, but I just did not want it to be Adam Cole. I think, I truly think that this feud is happening too soon. I really do. I do, and that's just a me thing. That's just me personally. It really is. I think that's just a me type of thing here. A lot of people are very excited about this. I'm excited about this. I'm excited for a Adam Cole and MJF match. Adam Cole, one of the best professional wrestlers in the world. So is MJF. And nobody can even dispute me on that, right? Nobody can even dispute me on that. But Adam Cole is a guy that you can build your company around. Adam Cole is a guy that, like, if I was Adam Cole would be one of my first round draft picks. Seriously. Adam Cole would be a ton of people's first round draft picks. I mean, the dude is fantastic at what he does. He can speak well on the mic. He has a fantastic in ring ability. You can build a fucking company around a guy like Adam Cole if you truly want it to be. And I'm not saying that this is, you know, this is going to be a bad match. This is going to be a fantastic fucking match whenever it happens, you know? But I just thought it was too soon. I personally wanted Adam Cole to dethrone MJF as the AEW World Champion, because I do think that Adam Cole will be a future World Champion within AEW. It's only a matter of time. But we're just coming on the, I believe, 200-day range for the AEW World Champion. Let me take a look real quick. I believe so. If I'm not mistaken. It might be 200 days. Yeah, it was actually 200 days yesterday. So, yeah, so, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, he's not, like, MJF is not losing the championship. He is not losing the championship right now. So that's what I'm talking about. The fact that we most likely know that Adam Cole is losing in this World Championship match against MJF, that's just what's got me concerned, because I don't want Adam Cole to be losing anytime soon. But, you know, that's what we're going to be dealt here with. And we saw all this happen. And Cole's music hits, and he heads down to the ring. Cole gets into the ring, but MJF calls for his entrance music to get cut off. Obviously, the crowd is booing at this point in time, and MJF says that he is excited to see Adam Cole, as there's finally some competition that he claims to actually, you know, be an actual competition for. He says that he is a fan of Adam Cole, and when CM Punk up and left him as a child, CM Punk being mentioned on AEW TV, guys, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I knew people were probably gonna cause a shitstorm on that on social media. They did, but CM Punk is back in AEW, so he's gonna be mentioned on AEW TV. So he said when CM Punk up and left him as a kid, he thought his fandom of pro wrestling was over until he turned on Ring of Honor, and he thought Ring of Honor sucked. Full of people that had no business being on his TV until he saw Adam Cole. Baby. He watched as much as Cole as he could, seeing him go to CZW and every top independent promotion to become the hottest free agent, and then he went to Florida to shock the system. There you go. He became the greatest world champion in that company, NXT, and that fact is undisputed. MJF then followed suit, going to CZW and top independents before signing with AEW, hoping that someday Cole would come to the company and they'd have a feud of generational talents. But then this guy showed up. MJF starts running down Cole here, saying that he used to be the Panama Playboy, but now he is the Panama Game Boy. The champ runs down Cole's hobbies of being a Twitch streamer on the side, saying that Britt Baker has Adam Cole's balls firmly in her purse before running down Cole's physique and the fans' insistence that Cole is just not being showcased properly on AEW programming. MJF then bigs himself up, talking about the matches that he's had as of late, saying that he's beaten everyone that people thought were on his level, asking to make Cole think he's got what it takes. MJF also heard a nasty rumor of a certain individual in Titan Towers doesn't see Cole as a main event type talent, and that man is Vince McMahon. And the champ used to disagree up until the point where he got a chance to look at him. Cole then gets on the mic at ringside, asking MJF if that's the best that he's got. Cole asks if MJF has an obsession with other people's relationships before saying that MJF is a world-class douchebag. Cole says that MJF brings up his body because of his body of work, including a world championship reign, including many world championship reigns, and says that MJF can't touch him. But if MJF really wants to go down that route of body comparisons, the two can go backstage, piss in a couple of cups, and see who's natural and who isn't. And then he said, yeah, no, I really didn't think so. Cole passes on, saying that there isn't a single person in the back who respects MJF. They think that the champ is selfish, lazy, and does the bare minimum as a person and as a champion just to get by. The crowd then chants no respect, and the champ, who retorts saying that there was a lot of tough talk coming from Keith Lee's manager. And then Cole finally retorted and say, listen, now you're just creating a goddamn false narrative to hide from the fact that he won't back his talk and actually fight Adam Cole. Cole then says that MJF won't fight him because Cole is better than him and the people know it. Cole then starts to walk away, but the champ grabs Adam Cole by the arm and says that he'll wrestle him any day of the week. Cole then says, "Attaboy, it looks like we got ourselves a match," and says, and like he said, it looks like we have ourselves a match. Cole then celebrates doing the Adam Cole Bay Bay before leaving the ring, heading up the ramp, and MJF expresses further frustration as to what just happened because he got goaded and gaslit into a world championship match between himself and Adam Cole Bay Bay. So this was fantastic. Back and forth between the two is just absolutely great stuff here. MJF, Adam Cole. It's going to be a fantastic world championship match. I'm not saying that it's not going to be, right? We all know it's going to be a great match. I just don't want Adam Cole to lose. It's plain and simple. I mean, obviously, MJF is not losing the title. We know that. But I don't want Adam Cole to lose. He just came off with a win over Chris Jericho in their street fight at Full Gear. Or no, not Full Gear. What? Not Full Gear. What am I talking about? Not Full Gear. Full Gear is where goddamn MJF won the goddamn title. What am I talking? Double or Nothing. Fucking hell. Double or Nothing. I apologize. Where did I get fucking Full Gear from? It's Double or Nothing. God damn it. He just came off of a good win over Chris Jericho in their unsanctioned match at Double or Nothing. So obviously that happened, but at the end of the day, I just don't want to see him lose. So we'll see where things go from there. But I just don't want to do this feud just yet. I just don't. Um so we'll see what happens. And I do want to say something real quick, and this is not a dig to anybody. I just want to say this to basically anybody that is saying this narrative. For those who say that AEW does way too many WWE references or MJF does way too many WWE references, when these AEW talent, and I want to bring this up like on actual TikTok so that people can stitch it and people can actually um respond in a normal manner. When somebody says that AEW does way too many WWE references, or when these people go up against former WWE guys and they bring WWE stuff from their past up, to further the storyline along, or to just use that as material for promos or anything like that. What's really the issue when it comes to that? Like I'm legitimately, genuinely asking, because if it fits the story, if if you're gonna go based on somebody's path, why wouldn't you want to use some of that? Why wouldn't you want to use some of the stuff back in their days in WWE? Or why wouldn't you want to just use stuff from their past in pro wrestling to, get the crowd over it, and you get the crowd over on what you're trying to accomplish when it comes to the story and feud and all that kind of stuff? What's really the problem with that? Like I just don't understand that type of logic in saying that that AEW just does too many WWE references. If it fits the story, and if it fits the narrative of what they're trying to do when it comes to these two feuds, or the feud that's going on right between the ex WWE and the original, or Are we back? I think we're back. Okay. Hell, even if it's for the even if it's between two former WWE guys, what's wrong with using stuff from WWE's past in their careers or whatever happened between those two in the past? I really don't see a problem. So if anybody actually does want to give me a valid reason as to why people think that, then go ahead. But I really don't see an issue with it. So we'll see what happens when it comes down to that. But I thought this was a fantastic back and forth war of words here, and it's great stuff. So this was great to see. Um, so this is cool. This was really cool to see, and I can't wait to see what happens. So then we had this Texas Tornado tag team match between JungleHook, Jungle Boy and Hook, taking on Joe Listico and Preston Vance and Los Fascion and Gubernable. So this was a really fun tornado tag team match. I did not expect this to be as chaotic as it was, and it was super chaotic. JungleHook picked up the win in this. Perry dropped Drolistico, but is interrupted by Jose, the assistant, who gets locked into the Red Rum, and Perry locked Drolistico into the snare trap, forcing him to tap out, and he got the win for his team. So JungleHook picked up the win over Preston Vance and Drolistico. Great stuff there, and it was cool to see. A very, very chaotic matchup. I'm not really going to go too deep into it, mainly because it was just, a match for JungleHook. But at the end of the day, this is a very chaotic tag team match, and I was very pleasantly surprised on how this went. So I like it. I want to see more stuff when it comes to Jungle Boy. I want to see more stuff when it comes to Hook. If they're back together, cool. But after the fantastic fatal four-way for Jungle Boy, him being back with Hook isn't really the best spot for him, I think. But at the end of the day, it's to get him on TV. So we'll see where things go when it comes to that. We then saw the AEW Collision main event announcement from Tony Khan, and this was a fantastic main event announcement. Backstage, we see Tony Khan standing for the big announcement regarding the first ever main event for AEW Collision. And it's going to be a trios match. On June 17th, at the United Center, we will see Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Samoa Joe take on the team of FTR and CM Punk. So CM FTR are back on AEW television. We are going to be seeing Bullet Club Gold members of Jay White and Juice Robinson with the Ring of Honor World Television Champion Samoa Joe. I think this is great for everybody involved. Like I said on my TikTok, if you guys have not seen that yet, I'll just reiterate that here. I think it's great for everybody involved because at the end of the day, CM Punk has been wanting to work with guys like Samoa Joe and has expressed very heavily that he wants to work with a guy like Jay White. This is great for everybody involved because it gets those two people that Punk wants to work with, and having CM FTR back on AEW television, that's going to be a great stuff. That's going to be a great spot for CM Punk and FTR just to be back on television together and get things rolling on their side of things. Collision's first main event is fantastic. And if you guys remember back at the first ever AEW Dynamite back in 2019, this was also featured as a trios match main event. The first ever main event for AEW Dynamite was a trios match between Jericho, who was the AEW World Champion at the time, the first ever AEW World Champion, and Santana and Ortiz. They took on the team of the Elite in Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. So, I mean, that entire main event also started the faction of the Inner Circle. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happens when it comes to the first ever main event of AEW Dynamite. So who knows? Maybe AEW Collision is the start of something for that side of things. Maybe we get a new member of Bullet Club Gold being revealed at Collision. Maybe we get a new faction between CM Punk and FTR, and we bring in some more people into the fold when it comes to that. Who knows? But that first ever main event for AEW Collision, Saturday, June 17th, it's going to be fantastic. I am totally going to be watching that. It's not. Here's the thing. It's not this weekend. It's not this weekend, but it's next weekend. And guys, you guys will definitely be seeing me right here on OTB Saturday night, right after AEW Collision's off the air. We are talking all things AEW Collision. You guys will be seeing that on the weekly schedule from now on. Every Saturday, you'll see AEW Collision uh, reviews right here on the channel. And I will be having somebody reviewing the show with me. I will be. Whether it's whether it's somebody from MEP, whether it's the guys that you normally get to see here, whether it's Loft, whether it's Nate, whether it's basically anybody that are associated with OTB, you'll be seeing somebody along with me. Hell, maybe I'll bring in somebody fresh and new and somebody that we haven't really seen before for an AEW Collision review. Or maybe we just do new co-hosts every single time. Who knows? I got to figure it out. I want to iron it out. I want to, get some feelers out there for people just to see if people would be interested to do an AEW Collision review with me. But you'll be seeing me every time after AEW Collision's off the air. So it's going to be great to see. Can't wait for that. I love it. I love this announcement. So we then just had a squash match for Konosuke Takeshita versus Damon Ace. As you guys can see probably in the description, I just have it as question marks. I didn't get his name. So it's Damon Ace. I'll just update the description when this video is all published and everything like that. But this was very academic. I mean, Takeshita just, he he kicked the crap out of this Damon Ace guy. So Takeshita won. After the match, Callis then starts to talk, and the crowd loudly boos him, giving time for Takeshita to run down Omega in Japanese before Callis tries again, barely able to be heard, like audibly, because of the crowd booing so much. He insisted on talking and saying that everything Omega has ever achieved is because of him, and he and his family are going to cut the Elite out of the company forever. So after a commercial break, we're backstage, and we see Christian Cage addressing what happened to him at Double or Nothing, and we hear somebody yelling inside of Christian Cage's locker room. And Cage promises to pay Arn back for this before saying that Brock just gave him an early Father's Day present, and we go into the locker room to see Brock Anderson beaten down by Luchasaurus. Back at ringside, we see Anna Jay getting ready for her TBS Championship matchup with Chris Statlander, and we have this match going underway in a TBS Championship Open Challenge. Anna Jay taking on the TBS champion Chris Statlander. Good match. This is we're getting the ball rolling when it comes to Chris Statlander's TBS title reign. She just won the championship at Double or Nothing, so we really don't have anything to really go off on right now. Chris Statlander is going to be making this championship worthwhile. Trust me on that. Jade Cargill had this championship for over she held the championship hostage for 500 plus days. So We are going to be getting this championship back on track, and that is what they're trying to do when it comes to Chris Statlander here. This is a good match. This is a good match for what it was. I'm not going to say it was a banger. I'm not going to say it was a 5-star classic. I'm not going to say it was a barn burner, But Anna Jay, she's good at what she does. She's getting better. She's improving. And Chris Statlander, she's one of the best workers that they got in the women's locker room. I just want Tony Khan to actually fucking use this division. And that's what's really going to be happening at the end of the day. So Daddy Magic tries to get involved again, but is jogged by Chris, who gets locked into the Queen Slayer by Anna Jay, but the champ powers herself out of it onto her feet, sending Anna Jay down into a snapmare. Statlander then follows up with a lariat and a backbreaker, and then a tombstone pile driver for the win. 1, 2, 3, and the champ retains. So Taya is frustrated in the back, knowing that, it was supposed to be her moment at Double or Nothing, and she lost, and Chris Statlander came back to win the championship and defeat the undefeated champion at the time, Jade Cargill. So they're going to be doing this whole thing between Taya and Chris, and Taya's most likely going to turn heel on Chris Statlander whenever they do their face-to-face or do something when it comes to that, and we'll see Taya and Chris Statlander most likely at the next AEW pay-per-view. I don't think it's going to be happening at Forbidden Door, but at the next AEW pay-per-view, which I believe would be it's either All In or All Out, that they're going to be doing something. So who knows? We'll see. I don't think we'll see what happens. I do believe it's going to be Taya and Chris. We just got to figure out when it's going to be happening, when it's going to be taking place. So backstage, Tony Storm addresses a match that'll be happening on Friday's Rampage. Whoever wins that will get a Women's World Championship match next week on Dynamite. After this, we get some of the hype for next week, including a massive 8-man tag team match before we go into commercial break. So then we have our main event. We have our main event here. Ricky Starks and Jay White go at it one-on-one with FTR and Juice Robinson being banned from ringside for this match. This was a fantastic main event. Like I said, for those who really think that Jay White is buried in AEW TV, you legitimately have no idea what you're talking about. Plain and simple. Jay White's fantastic. He's going to be main eventing the first ever AEW Collision. He main evented Dynamite tonight. This is a great feud that he's going on with when it comes to Ricky Starks, and I love everything about this. I really do. You can't have Jay White go right to the top right away. If he did, I'd be honestly upset because yes, Jay White is a mega star. We all know this. Jay White is fantastic at what he does. But you can't start him at the top right now because if you do, where else can he fucking go? Where else do you want him to go if he's already at the top? Him being a part of the International Championship Battle Royale at Double or Nothing was a great spot for him. He didn't win. Obviously, Orange Cassidy retained in that Battle Royal, but that was a great spot for him there. Him being a part of this feud with Ricky Starks, who is like arguably the fifth pillar of this company. I wouldn't even say arguably. Ricky Starks actually went on to say in an interview that he actually hates the pillars idea, but he says that it's like, it's very flattering knowing that people want to see him as the fifth pillar of the company, but he doesn't like the pillars idea, and I completely respect that. Jay White and this feud with Ricky Starks is working wonders for both men involved. So the people that say that he's buried in AEW, he's really not. If you look at what AEW is doing right now when it comes to Jay White, you know he's being positioned very well within the company. So this was great to see. The two end up on their feet, trading blows until White catches Starks with a kick to the knee, but Starks counters with a Blade Runner, only for Jay to stop a spear. Starks then reverses out of another Blade Runner attempt before hitting a spear and hits a Rochambeau on Jay White, but the ref gets knocked out, falling to the canvas. With the ref down, the Guns then run down and hit a 310 to Yuma on Starks before escaping through the crowd. Jay then picks up Ricky Starks, hits the Blade Runner, and as the referee is recovering, like I said, he hit the Blade Runner, and the referee counts 1, 2, 3, and that was it. Jay White picked up the win in the main event of AEW Dynamite tonight. Juice Robinson then came back down to the ring to celebrate with Jay White. They're taunting Starks before raising Jay's hand in victory as the show goes off the air. So there you go. And that was it. That was your AEW Dynamite for tonight. A very, very, very good episode of Dynamite tonight. What a main event we will see for AEW Collision as CM Punk and FTR will take on Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Samoa Joe, who is the Ring of Honor World Television Champion. Great stuff there by Tony Khan. Great stuff here by Tony Khan when it comes to AEW Dynamite tonight. And we're slowly getting things going when it comes to AEW New Japan's Forbidden Door 2 event that happens at the end of the month. I can't wait for it. You guys obviously can't wait for it. This is going to be a fantastic show, and we're drawing near. We are drawing near when it comes to all of this, guys. I can't wait to see what happens when it comes to Forbidden Door and the rest of AEW Dynamite. When it comes to the build-up for this show, this is going to be fantastic, and I can't wait to see what they do from here on out, guys. So thank you guys so much for joining us right here on OTB. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I'm going to go to bed early tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining me right here on the podcast. If you guys liked what you heard tonight, make sure to hit the like button. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Subscribe if you guys are new. We're on the road to 1K. We're close, man. We are so close. We just need to continue to, get traction to here. We need to continue to, just be consistent and everything like that, and we will get to that 1K before the end of the year. I am praying that we get to 1K before the start of 2024. That is our goal. That is our goal. We need 1K before the end of 2024. Before the start of 2024, I should say. What are we at right now? I want to look right now. Let's take a look real quick at what we got right now. We are at 749 subscribers. We legitimately need 251. We need 251 more subscribers and we are at 1,000. We can get 251 people to subscribe to this channel. If you guys like this, share with a friend. Tell them about us. Legitimately say, listen, this new podcast came about like a little over 3 years ago. Listen, I'm legitimately plugging ourselves here, but why can't we plug ourselves here? This new podcast came out like 3 years ago. It's fantastic that they know what they're talking about. It's pro wrestling. Recommend it to a friend who likes pro wrestling. Let's get this channel to 1,000 subscribers, guys. We know we can do it. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Stay safe. God bless. And we'll see you guys on Friday for the Friday Night SmackDown post show. But you'll be seeing at least 2 videos tomorrow from us when it comes to news and everything like that. I will be sitting down and recording stuff, and you guys will be seeing some videos that'll go out later on in the day. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow for those OTB extras, and we'll see you guys on Friday for the Friday Night SmackDown post show right here on OTB. I'll talk to you guys